So, Rabbi Herschel, what do you think the impact is of the coronavirus on Jewish practice and belief, both at the moment, but also the long term?
Of course, it's very difficult to answer such a question in situ. I was told that a Chinese prime minister was asked during the Second World War if the French Revolution was a success or otherwise, and he said it's too soon to tell. So during this crisis, to know what the consequences will be, I think it's rather too soon to tell. But nevertheless, one does see that this crisis has made a lot of people think about what it means to be human, about one's mortality, about the meaning of life, about hubris of humanity, of thinking that we have it all sorted. And suddenly we see comes a little virus which we can't even see, and we can't deal with it, that humanity is under threat. So I think that this has woken a lot of people up about our weaknesses and given us an ability to discover our strengths. And this is very much in tune with the festival of Pesach, where there was a situation, there was a great civilization. The Egyptians had a great civilization. They built the pyramids. They could mix colors. They were thousands of years advanced in many areas of life than many other civilizations. But there came a situation where they realized their limitations. They realized that with all their wisdom, with all their knowledge, that they were a speck of dust. That prior to that, one slave couldn't leave Egypt. And after the tumultuous plagues that engulfed Egypt, not only one slave left, but the whole people of slaves left. The whole Jewish people left, and openly. So there was a great, tremendous social change in Egypt, which shook the very foundations of Egyptian civilization and culture.
So,
and of course,
in a way, Herschel, in a way, what you're saying is this has the potential to be as transformative as the Exodus. Is that what you're saying?
I wouldn't go as far as that, but I would say that it could be as transformative as after the Second World War, when the NHS came into being. It could be as transformative as after the First World War, when women got the vote, when there was a much greater emphasis on social care for all people. I think these type of events have a tremendous potential for transformation in a very positive, constructive manner.
And what might that be? As you said, after the Second World War, we had the creation of the NHS. That was a massive change in British society. So tell me, what do you think that transformation might look like? And in particular, from a Jewish perspective, what might it look like?
I think that all of us in our homes, we have to deal with ourselves, which often we forget about and we project it into others. But here we are stuck with ourselves as individuals, and we have to look ourselves in the eye and think, who am I? What am I? What is my purpose on earth? Why am I here? Am I using my limited time on earth properly and constructively? And I think that this is a great wake-up call to each one of us, to try to be more honest with ourselves, to be more true to ourselves, to be more in touch with God, with our ancestors, with our place and potential of doing good in the world.
I hear what you're saying, and I hear you talking about the sort of universal change in humanity, in society. Now, of course, our viewers are interested also in the particular change. In other words, we've had Muslims and Christians talk a little bit about the impact on their observance, their practice, their belief. Tell us a little bit about the impact of this virus as you see it, particularly on Jewish practice and belief.
I think one thing that immediately springs to mind is that Pesach, for some, has become a type of a Jewish Christmas, of a nice time once a year for everyone to come together and have some things hanging on. This year, we're reminded about the essence of Pesach, about what Pesach is really about. It's really about God taking each one of us out of our personal Egypt. Egypt in Hebrew is Mitzrayim, which means limitations and boundaries. Limitations and boundaries is something that reverberates very clearly this year for each and every one of us, because each one of us is hemmed in. We are secluded. We have the walls falling down on us. So we're all in our own personal Mitzrayim, in our own personal Egypt. We can really feel that this is something that I am in my Egypt, and I'm praying to God to release me and everyone else from this incarceration that we find ourselves in.
In what way can that actually take us forward? Because I know that it's hard to be alone, and yet there is this amazing technology that connects people together. In what way can we become more connected? In what way is your community becoming more connected as a result of this, this technological revolution, if you like, that we can carry on taking forward? So you talked a bit about the internal change that we must have as a result of this threat. What else might this technology do for our communities?
This technology is a great blessing and a great gift from God, and something that we should celebrate. But at the same time, it has shown its limitations, that however constructive and however helpful the technology is, which it is not the same as real human contact. It is lacking a very fundamental element that human beings require to be in the company of others and to work together with others. And therefore, I think that this is a very good temporary solution to use technology, and at times it's very helpful, but at the same time, we're all yearning for real human contact and for actually being in the same space with others.
And as we draw this to a close, Herschel, what would be the one thing that you hope people take away from this period, however long it lasts, whether it's just another month or two or another 6 or 12 months? When we look back on it, what do you hope has actually changed?
Perhaps following on what we discussed before, our humanity, that at the end of the day, we are human beings. And I think it's a time when we really have to consider about immigrants, about what they are suffering, because by them it's a double whammy. It's both a whammy as that the world doesn't really care about them, and now they're being hit by this as well. So we have to really have a special element of concern for them.
And do you see where you are in North London, is that happening? Is there an effect on communal relations?
I think yes, I think a very positive effect, thanks God, that people are communicating more, working together more, are looking out for each other more. Yeah, we need to remember that. We need to remember who we are, but we also need to remember that humans need humans, that we need others and others need us. And we need to reaffirm and we need to deepen our bonds and our connection with others, that we need to be there for other people, and we also need other people to be there for us.
Rabbi Herschel Gluck, thank you very much.
Thank you.